Teenage years are the years of having fun, partying, realizing who we are, making major decisions for the future, and getting into romantic relationships. In this documentary, we will be exploring the issue of teenage relationships. The question is, are we too young to be in a serious relationship?
Of course they're not. Back in the olden days, people used to marry when they were 13. Do you think they weren't in a serious relationship? Of course they were.
In my opinion, teenagers are not too young to have a serious relationship because I believe that love can happen like at any age, you know? For example, you know a lot of people who married their high school sweetheart. What does that mean? That they fell in love with someone at high school. So I just believe that you're never too young for it. Love is love, you know?
Yes, teenagers are too young to have a serious relationship because most of them end up in either breakups and most likely they're not getting married.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think anybody's ready to be out of a serious relationship at the age of 17 and 18. I think guys just look for sex, you know. It is what it is. It is what it is, you know.
No, it depends on the maturity too.
Girls want romance and then we want to get it in.
Well, it depends on how you define serious.
Serious is being committed, optimistic, and looking forward to the future. For both of us.
And it also depends on the maturity level of the person, you know what I'm saying?
So according to that, I think teenagers nowadays are most of them are not.
Most of them are not. Most of them are not.
About 72% of 8th and 9th graders are actually dating. We interviewed our school's resource officer, principal, and one of our teachers.
I think that as long as students keep it light and fun and don't get too serious, I think that there's absolutely no problem with that. People are naturally going to be attracted to other people, and I think that, you know, as long as everybody's respected, then that's totally fine.
It's fine.
Why?
Well, they need to learn stuff before they get into the real world, until they get out of here, and they need to learn early, just like working. You need to start working young, you need to start dating relationships young.
I think it's normal for teenagers to be dating. If you look at developmental, information, I mean, this is the time when teenagers are starting to have attractions to members of the opposite sex, members of the same sex, developing their sexuality. So it's really normal that they would be attracted to people at this time in their lives. So yeah, I think it's normal that kids should be dating. Whether that complicates life or not for them is another matter.
We caught up with 2 couples and asked them the same question and a few more.
It depends on the individual, I'd say, because some are like more capable of it, of holding a relationship because they're more mature about it, and you need to be able to be realistic, you know? You have to be able to talk to each other and say like, oh, if this ever happens, how would we handle it? And not just always like every couple seconds you get into an argument, oh, let's break up and then get back together. Let's break up and get back together. Depends on how mature you are at that age and if you're ready for one too. Some people rush into one and they're not ready.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I personally feel that it depends on the individual. Some people are okay with having a serious relationship at this age, and some are just not ready.
Depends on how fast someone matures. Like my parents knew each other at a very early age, like since they were born. They grew up together and they've been married for like 17, 18 years now.
Are we attracted to looks or personality?
In high school, looks and friends and cliques and who you hang out with and what you do and where you go and what kind of music you listen to and who their friends are. I think that in high school, some of those things are pretty superficial, but that's the way it works.
It probably has to be the personality, but the initial spark gets you in the door. Physical attraction, people think it's not important. It is. You have to be physically attracted to someone, or you're just their friend. But a physical attraction doesn't last 20 years. It has to be emotional attachment as well. But you have to have the initial spark. You can't say I'm going to be with someone for 20 years, but I'm not attracted to you. Kind of insult, isn't it?
I think people are attracted by beauty. I think that doesn't last very long in a relationship unless there's something behind that beauty. So I think it's a combination of many things, and I think it's one of the mysteries of life. why certain people get connected and attracted to certain people. And I kind of like that there's a mystery to that.
Personality. Well, because sure, they may not, like, if the person may not be completely attractive or may not be like what you think you're looking for, it's your personality that will, like, over time attract you to that person. Like,
say you see someone who's like, who you would say is hot, walking on the sidewalk, and let's say you go up to this person and talk to them, maybe ask, like, try to like get their number or something, right?
And they have no personality at all.
Yeah, like if you don't have a personality, it doesn't matter how quote unquote hot you are, you're gonna be ugly. Personality, I would say, is what makes someone attractive or not.
Did you know that 5% of high school relationships work out, and the other 95% always end up in breaking up? Wow, that is astonishing. Why is that? What is the main cause of breakups?
I think that the biggest cause of breakups are just protecting yourself and your own heart, because at this stage in our lives, things are changing so much, and you don't know if you're going to want something different the next day, or if you meet someone else that you want, or if the other person in the relationship is going to meet someone or want someone else. And there's a lot of pain that comes from that.
Really? Drama. It seems to me like the biggest problem for breakups is, like, just like I said, he was looking at her and she said this, and it's just all, she's trying to break us up and she's trying to steal my boyfriend and he's trying to sleep with my girl, and it just seems like drama is the biggest reason. You know, he looked at so-and-so and he is talking to this girl and I don't like that girl, and she's crazy and he's a, you know, he's a man, you know, man, womanizer or whatever you want to call it. So those seem to be the fairly, jealousy and like unfaithfulness seems to be kind of the most prominent reason.
40% of teenage girls ages 14 to 17 say they know someone their age that has been hit or beaten by a boyfriend. Why is that?
When you're at this age and you're experiencing all these different emotions that you maybe never felt before, and they're always strongest when they're fresh, and there's a lot of passion, and there's really strong emotions that lead you to other kinds of negative emotions as well, right? So I think it's really just that confusion, and sometimes with violence you feel like you can control it or release it or do something with it, but that's not necessarily the case.
Communication, because there's a lot of he said, like she said type of thing in it, and just to, like, I guess not make an issue, like a problem worse than it already is. Like, you know, people would not like go up to the girlfriend or go up to the boyfriend and be like, oh, is this true? Da-da-da. They just feel like if they don't say anything, things will like be better. But when you talk out your problems and everything, I think it like makes it better. But I don't know, like, people don't really communicate well.
A healthy relationship is very simple. Both people in the relationship, and again, whether they're interracial, same sex, different sex, whatever they are, both partners in the relationship need to be able to express themselves if they're uncomfortable with something going on. Everybody's opinions, feelings, emotions, and boundaries need to be respected, and that's basically what a healthy relationship is. People need to be able to carry on a healthy lifestyle, whether it's going out with your friends, you know, seeing your family, doing all those things that, you know, are important to you and whatever your values are. As long as all of those things are respected, you know, I think that that's great.
Yeah, I think we're too young.
I don't think we're too young.
We clearly are.
No, we're not. Okay,
why are we not young?
I think it's good to like have an experience, like to learn about our bodies and ourselves. Like, not like, but you should like. I'm not saying that like from like 12 to 14. You could be like girlfriend relationships. You hold hands, you read, you study together. Yeah, that's that's the type of relationships you have from like 12 to 13. But like once you're like at 16 and older, then yeah, you can start kissing and like talking to each other. And like, you know, like learn about each other more. And this is when you try to get more serious, right? like not serious where you're like, oh my god, we want to get married or like, you know, but you have to be quiet. So like you have to be more.
I think it just depends on person. It's like there's people who have different motives. So it's like there's people who like, oh, I want to. Well, I also think it depends on the gender as well. Because females, they tend to go into relationships and be like, oh my gosh, I love my man and I want to do this. I'm gonna go as far as I can with him. And then there's guys who think, you know, I'm only gonna try to get what I can get in the relationship. So if they're not on the same page about it, it's not gonna last.
Too young, but the girls are not.
Yeah.
To us, as teenagers, I think it's all about like just hormones.
Exactly. We're
and,
just
like,
discovering ourselves.
Everybody's just trying to get to know each other. We're not really trying to get serious.
Yeah, we just.
And if you, I don't know, people try to justify it and like try to make it seem like, oh, some people are more mature than others, but no, I don't think it's about.
Yeah, we just finished puberty, so we're just kind of.
Yeah, I don't think it's about maturity. There's 3 types of relationships. There's a girl, there's a wifey, and there's a fling thing.
Yeah.
And
or a side chick. So what's a girl?
A girl is like, you guys are friends, you guys are just like, you talk, but you're not really together. And your wifey, you're like, you're
boyfriend
together, you're boyfriend and girlfriend. And your fling thing, you guys are just talking. You're not getting too serious, but you're together. It's hard to explain, but that's the 3 stages.
And the side thing?
The side thing is just
you just go when you know your girl's not there or you're.
No, we're not.
The only reason.
Of course you are.
No.
Okay, you guys are
Wait.
Okay.
The only reason why you guys say emotionally violent is because we actually have the balls to come to you and say what we actually feel. Exactly. You guys cannot communicate at all.
We do communicate,
no,
but
you
we
don't.
try to avoid conflict.
You beat around the bush. That's all you do. You beat around the bush, and if the problem.
You know what?
Yeah, if we tell the direct thing to you, then you guys are like, oh, you guys are so mean.
Okay,
and
but
blah,
I'd
blah,
rather
blah,
hear
blah.
the
Exactly.
We try to avoid that.
It doesn't matter.
But would you rather hear the truth instead of me coming to you and telling you a sweet lie?
Exactly.
Why would I do that when I can easily come out with it?
I'd rather hear the truth. Because you guys
We're
recording. What the heck's wrong with you? Yeah. Oh, wow. Great. Just get out. Go. Okay.
Yo, one thing I never give about women. Why you always say I'm fine, but you don't?
Exactly. You guys lie.
Okay.
And then when
That shit, I don't like.
And then you're like, oh, you guys never ask. You never tell. Obviously, you never tell. You never show. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Right there, whenever we say we fine, it's because at times we don't want to talk, we don't want to say anything.
Exactly.
And then why would you complain about that when half the time you guys don't want to hear what we have to say? So we just say we're.
We wouldn't
fine.
ask you if you didn't want to hear.
Exactly. No. So,
Okay,
but then
but
when
there
we
are times
actually
you
tell
guys ask at the wrong time. That's the thing.
No. But
Every
when
time?
we actually tell you
every time,
you guys.
Exactly.
Oh my God,